Welcome to PointWise's Tutorial Tuesday, where we show you how to use a feature or demonstrate a technique in just a couple of minutes. Today we're building on the video from last week where we discussed size field calculation method. Last week in our video, we covered minimum distance and inverse distance. So this week we're going to discuss blend distance and minimum value. Blend distance uses a combination of minimum distance and inverse distance to arrive at the spacing for a specific point. Minimum value looks at all of the points around and takes the one with the smallest value. So what does that look like in practice? I have here the same two blocks you saw last week. The yellow sources have a spacing of 15 and the red sources have a spacing of 2.5. The block on the left uses blend distance and the block on the right uses minimum value. So let's select them both and click Initialize. Okay, they finished initializing, and so we can look at the results. If you recall last week, minimum distance and inverse distance had 3.9 million and 4.5 million cells, roughly. Now we can see that minimum value has 10 million cells and blend distance has 3.7. So these are both the minimum and the maximum cells generated for this block configuration. Let's take a look at them and examine volume. Once again, I'm going to turn off the sources to make this a little bit easier to see. If I enable cutting, you can see minimum value is a much denser grid. And if I change to a Z cut and look at it through there, again, a much more fine and denser grid. But we'd expect that when you have 3 times the cells. But how does this play out with the voxel algorithm? To do that, I'll go to Attributes, change the algorithm to voxel, and click Initialize. Now that those are done initializing, let's take a look at what we have. You notice that the cell count has actually gone down using voxels for the minimum value, and it has gone up for blend distance. So let's take a look at the interiors. Again, I'm going to turn off sources. And you see that minimum value keeps this nice distribution all the way around and avoids these pockets of slightly larger cells. That's one reason we advise using it for voxel blocks. If we click a Z-cut, the story is much the same. If you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future videos, drop us a line down below or connect with us on Twitter, which is linked in the description. Thank you all. Have a pleasant Tuesday.